रेडी? she would not be, she may be, she might be, she should have, she may have, she cannot be, she cannot have, if he was, if he were, if she was, if it is, she may not be, she will not be, let us have, let us know, let there be, let me know, let me tell you, last year, last few years, last few days, by virtue of, by way of, up to date, ध्यान दे लेंगे एक बारी। क्या वर्ड था पहला? शी लाइन को काटते हुए बनेगा। नेक्स्ट, शी वुड, एन को ऑफ कर दो। नेक्स्ट वन, बी लग जाएगा सी के अंदर, शी वुड नॉट बी हो जाएगा। शी में और बी, माइट में हाफ करना और यहाँ पे आई जरूर पुट करना, शी माइट बी, क्योंकि साइज डिफ्रेंशिएट होने में दिक्कत। शी शुड बी, हैव में बी की जगह हैव लग जाएगा, शी शुड हैव। शी माइट बी, ही कैन नॉट बी, हैव लगा दो यहाँ पे बी की जगह, ही कैन नॉट हैव। इफ के साथ में ही का डैश लगाते हैं, कुछ लोग ऐसे भी यूज करते हैं, बोथ आर राइट, बट मैक्सिमम इसको प्रेफर करते हैं। इफ ही इसमें वाज लगा देंगे, इफ ही वाज, डाउनवर्ड आर लगा देंगे, इफ ही वर हो जाएगा। इफ शी, इफ और शी, इफ शी नॉट वाज, वाज लगा दो जी। इफ इट इज में क्या करेंगे, हाफ कर देंगे, इफ को हाफ कर दो, इट के लिए इसका सर्कल लगा दो। शी मे नॉट बी, शी कैन नॉट बी हो गया था, शी मे नॉट बी, और माइट नॉट में क्या करेंगे, माइट में आई लगा लेना। आगे शी, अब एल आ जाएगा। लेट अस, ऐसे बना सकते हो, या लेट को हाफ को इसे करके ना, लेट को हाफ करके ऊपर ये भी लगा सकते हो, let us have both are right. And let us not बोला है मैंने, no, sorry, ये बनाओ, let us know ये बनाओ, ये let us have बनाओ. Let us know, let us know, let us have, let us have. और let there, let और there बन गया और फिर be लगा दिया. let को हाफ कर दो, m और n, let me know. let me tell you, बस यहाँ पे me की जगह यहाँ पे tell you आ जाएगा. let me tell you. लास्ट में ये लगा देंगे, लास्ट ऊपर बनाते हैं और ईयर लगा दिया, लास्ट ईयर, लास्ट फ्यू ईयर्स, डेज लगा देंगे, लास्ट फ्यू डेज. बाई लाइन से ऊपर वर्च्यू, ऑफ छोड़ दो और अंडरस्टूड है, वर्च्यू के बाद ऑफ ही पड़ जाएगा, वर्च्यू. ऑफ का ऑफ लगा देंगे, बाई लाइन से बनता है, वे बना के ऑफ का ऑफ लगा दो. आपके साथ में आप पूरा बना के डी और टी लगा दो, अप टू डेट. या आपको हाफ भी किया जा सकता है, इसमें अप टू एक साथ पड़ा जाएगा, आपकी जगह अपडेट किया ना, अप टू डेट हो जाए, ये ज़्यादा बेटर है. आपको हाफ कर दो टू के लिए और डेट लगा दो. लिखो फिर से एक बारी. शी वुड नॉट बी, शी मे बी, she might be, she should be, she should have, she may have, she cannot be, if he was, if he were, if she was, if it is, she will not be, let us have, let us know, let there be, let me know, let me tell you, last year, last few years, last few days, by virtue of, by way of, up to date. आप पहले 100 पे लिखेंगे, जो आपको कंटेंट है सेम URL पे मिल जाएगा, ppprogram.steno.18 पे, और यहाँ कर लेंगे आप टेस्ट नंबर 37. जब 100 पे बोलूँगा तो 100 का हो जाएगा, इसके बाद 80, दोनों अलग अलग सेट हैं. केस इसके अंदर 370 तक अपलोड होगी है, और शायद आज 400 तक हो जाएगी, इस हफ्ते में 528 पूरी हो जाएगी. 2 पैटर्न पे उसमें अपलोड कराई गई है, विद कोमा नो कोमा. आप कोशिश करना कि विद कोमा वाले कंटेंट को टाइप करना, अगर कोई रैंडमली किसी यहाँ पे चाहे घर पे चाहे टाइप करना चाहता है. इसके अलावा उसमें टाइपिंग के 100 टेस्ट अपलोड है. जिन बच्चों की एक्यूरेसी अच्छी नहीं है वो टाइपिंग के टेस्ट उसी के अंदर, जैसे स्टेनो पे क्लिक करते हैं तो उसी में एक साथ में टैब है, मतलब साइड वाली, उस पर टाइपिंग पे क्लिक करेंगे तो उसमें 100 टेस्ट आ जाएंगे. 2 तरह से टाइपिंग कर सकते हो आप उन टेस्ट की, या तो सामने देख के कंटेंट को देख के, उसमें बैक स्पेस ऑफ करने का, ऑन करने का जो होता है टाइपिंग सॉफ्टवेयर, वो सारी चीज़ें ऑप्शन में अवेलेबल है. इसके अलावा आप उसकी एडवांस 3 के नाम से टाइपिंग बुक भी है, वो लेके ऑफलाइन भी टाइप कर सकते हो. मीन्स आप सामने डेस्कटॉप हटा के उसको देख के टाइप करेंगे, क्योंकि वही कंटेंट उसमें अपलोड किया गया. तो दोनों तरीके से टिक कर सकते हो, जैसा भी आपका पैटर्न है. बेस्ट तो ये होता है कि ऑफलाइन कंटेंट से टाइप करो, सामने दिखा हुआ आसानी से टाइप होता है, इसमें स्पीड ज़्यादा आती है. और एक्यूरेसी का लेवल आप सभी का 99 से 100% होना चाहिए. डी ग्रेड टारगेट कर रहे हो 35 और सी टारगेट कर रहे हो तो 45 की स्पीड. इंग्लिश टाइपिंग को लेकर बता रहे हैं. लिखोगे पहले हाई पे लिखोगे, फिर 100 पे. जो 100 पे डिक्टेशन होगी उसके वर्ड 1000 प्लस होंगे, और जो 80 पे होगी उसके 800 प्लस होंगे. Start it. I would like briefly to give the background under which this bill has been brought forward by the government. The House is aware that this institution has been in existence now for nearly half a century. It was established in 1960, and since then it has rendered very valuable service for the promotion of Hindi, and through holding various conferences, it focused the attention of the country to the great importance of Hindi as a national language. The institution has rendered valuable service in various other ways also. It has been conducting examinations. It has also been affiliating institutions which are doing similar kind of work in the field of Hindi, and it has branches in various parts of the country. The institution has also built up a library which probably contains almost all the books which have been published in Hindi so far, and it has a valuable collection of manuscripts. I understand that it is one of the best in the whole country. It conducts various examinations, and these examinations have been recognized by the government. It has also on its rolls a large number of members. Some differences have arisen among the members, and the activities of the institution have been paralyzed. After the declaration of Hindi as the official language, it was thought by the Sammelan that it was necessary to amend its constitution. Therefore, at the Hyderabad session of the Sammelan held in March 1999, a resolution was passed for the amendment of the constitution, and a committee of 21 members was appointed to frame the rules and place its recommendations before a special session of the Sammelan to be held at Patna. This committee did prepare a draft constitution for the Sammelan, and it was placed before the Patna session of the Sammelan. But unfortunately, at this session, differences arose among the members, and after a good deal of discussion, it was decided ultimately to entrust the framing of the constitution to a committee of 11 persons, with this proviso that a constitution signed by 8 members shall be deemed to be approved by the general session of the Sammelan. This committee prepared a constitution, and it was considered by the session of the committee held in December. At this session, differences arose among the members, and the Sammelan was not able to hold its session. The situation now is that the institution is in the hands of an official receiver. He has done good work, but obviously at the present moment, because he is only an honorary person looking after the institution, he cannot give much time, and the institution had not been doing the work for which it was established several years back. Various efforts have been made to bring about some kind of a settlement, but all these efforts have failed. Ultimately, the Uttar Pradesh government had to intervene and pass the Act of 2006. This act was also in the nature of an interim measure, but the act of the UP government was challenged in the High Court at Allahabad, and it was declared ultra vires, mainly on the ground that it created a corporation with objects not confined to one state, and the court said that legislation could be passed only by Parliament. We have been receiving various representations from people who are interested in the welfare of this institution and the promotion of Hindi, and the government have therefore thought it proper to declare this institution as an institution of national importance and to rescue the institution which has unfortunately fallen into evil days. This is the main purpose for which this bill has been brought forward. The special features of this bill are these. We are proposing to appoint a governing body which will consist of a chairman, a secretary, and 13 other members, all to be appointed by the central government, but this will only be an interim measure. This bill empowers the government body to make, with the approval of the central government, the rules of the Sammelan. It will also set up a properly constituted government body which will take charge of the institution in course of time. The House will note that in clause 12 of the bill, the governing body has been empowered to make, with the approval of the central government, rules of the Sammelan in respect of matters relating to membership, including the qualifications and disqualifications for membership of the Sammelan, the powers and functions of the governing body, the conduct of election for the constitution of the governing body, and the decisions on doubt and disputes at or in connection with these elections. It is also proposed that the accounts of this institution should be audited by a chartered accountant. The Government of India have a certain responsibility in the promotion of Hindi, and the House is aware that the government have taken various measures to promote Hindi throughout the country during the last several years. You have rightly stated that the principle of this bill has been unanimously accepted by the House, and most of the relevant points have been made out, and that no time of the House should be taken by repeating the same points again and again. One of the points on which I want to lay stress and which is being disputed again and again by the treasury benches is the question of cottage industries. Though you pointed out to them yesterday that there is provision in this bill to take into consideration the cottage industries also, and the Honorable the Deputy Minister realized it. Again, there was a point raised by Mr. Sidhwa today, and the Honorable Speaker, who was in the chair at the time, said that the scope of the bill is confined only to the consideration of protection to industries as against foreign industries, that is, to give protection to the indigenous industries as against imported goods, and the questions of cottage industry does not come in here. The Honorable Deputy Minister noted this: unless protection is given to indigenous industries, we shall not be able to develop industrially. I wholeheartedly support this proposition. I am not against it. 1040 प्लस वर्ड है, 100 की स्पीड है, फ्लक्चुएशन 5 से 7 वर्ड का है, अपर की तरफ को 80 पे लिखेंगे। रेडी? स्टार्ट इट। मिस्टर Deputy Chairman, sir, I am grateful to the honorable members who participated in the budget debate and lent general support to my budget proposals. I am all the more grateful to the honorable members who took a critical attitude on the budget, because I do realize we are faced with a complex and very difficult situation. There are no straight answers to many of the questions. There are no simple solutions. Therefore, I do realize that there would be alternative approaches to this situation, and therefore, when honorable members made points which were not in conformity with the budget, it is not as if they had no relevance at all or no validity at all, but I can assure the honorable members that it is not just without any discussion whatsoever or detailed study whatsoever that I have formulated the budget. I have had as much wide discussion as possible, very detailed examination of the various problems, and on that basis I have made judgment and formulated the budget. I do not claim infallibility with regard to my judgment. Therefore, particularly in a situation of this sort, the other points of view are more important than the points of view which are in conformity with the budget. I would assure the honorable members that I shall certainly examine many of the points that have been made, and if there are any deficiencies and distortions, it would be my endeavor to correct them as we go along. Having said that, I would like to say that there was consensus, particularly with regard to the priorities which we have got to observe in tackling this problem. Almost all honorable members emphasized this aspect of inflation, because if the price increase should go on in the same manner as it has been going on during the last 2 years, it would be an end of all our planning process, and it would create very many distortions in the economy as a whole, because it is in the inflationary situation that the income distribution also gets distorted. Therefore, the government attaches great importance to the tackling of the inflationary situation, and naturally the inflationary situation first of all should be tackled on the basis of a financial discipline. That financial discipline has to be observed in three sectors, if I may say so. One is public spending or public consumption, wherein the central government, the state governments, and the various institutions which are attached to these governments are concerned. The second is private consumption, where commercial credit, etc., is being utilized. The third is the illegitimate sector, the black money sector. Unless we tackle all these three sectors, we may not be able to achieve results on an enduring basis. Sir, as far as financial discipline in the government sector is concerned, naturally the central government will have to set an example. In that regard, even my distinguished predecessor has been reviewing the situation periodically and trying to find out where non-plan or non-developmental expenditure could be curtailed, and where even when expenditures have been incurred, whether certain projects could be postponed without affecting the immediate economy, particularly projects which have a long gestation period. Therefore, it will have to be a continuing exercise within the central government, where all the ministries will have to cooperate. And I am glad to say that there has been cooperation and response from all the ministries with regard to this aspect. Naturally, the state governments also have to observe this financial discipline. Sir, honorable members might remember that up to 2002, the state governments had used overdrafts from the Reserve Bank for their resource purposes. And after a certain time, it looked as if there was competition among the states with regard to overdrafts from the Reserve Bank, and this was leading to a very delicate and embarrassing situation. It was towards the end of 2001 when I was in the planning ministry that we took up this question, and in consultation with the state governments, we came to a decision that these overdrafts should not be permitted and no state government should be allowed to run overdrafts for the purpose of increasing their resources. So, various guidelines were laid down for the purpose that if the overdraft continues for more than a week, then notice would be given and even payments would be stopped and so on. Fortunately, it had a good effect, and I am glad to say that as far as the question of overdraft is concerned, more or less the discipline is being observed by the various state governments, even though there are certain hard cases. In discussion with them and in discussion with the Reserve Bank, we have taken various measures with regard to these one or two states to tide over the situation then came from 2001 to onwards. These drought relief and flood relief works. Large sums have been spent on these drought relief and flood relief works. 80 की स्पीड है, फ्लक्चुएशन 5 है, नीचे भी है और ऊपर भी है, अपवर्ड भी है डाउनवर्ड भी। टाइप करेंगे SSC C D टेस्ट नंबर 37 यूट्यूब पे मिल जाएगा, उसके नाम से मिलेगा @80 की स्पीड पे, और इससे पहले वाला 100 की स्पीड पे था, 37 नंबर। अगर कोई भी अच्छा लिखा तो उधर बैठो डिक्टेशन रूम पे, आपके अकॉर्डिंग डिक्टेशन लगवा